Beam MEGUCA is suffering.
Alright, here we go. Magical Girls vs. Shonen. Who will win? Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Staring At for episode 102 of Dragon Ball Super. This time we finally get to see what's up with Universe 2 and their squad of Mahou Shoujo warriors, as well as a whole lot of android love. This episode has, admittedly, a pretty rough start. We had the introduction to the Magical Girls, who apparently haven't fought at all yet. They do their little introductions and get hyped up by their god of destruction, and start the classic, overly long, filling for time Magical Girl transformation sequence. Now, normally I would be upset by any amount of filler in any anime, but here I kinda like it, as it's poking fun at another anime genre, and one that has complaints very reminiscent of classic Dragon Ball complaints. The icing on the cake is that 17 finally does the one thing that all of us have been shouting on our screens since all the way back in the Saiyan saga. Just shoot him before he powers up! It's such a nice little bit of catharsis that it actually brought a smile to my face, especially with what comes next. Everyone is pissed at him. Goku's mad because he's an idiot and wants to fight strong guys. The Magical Girls are mad because it was rude. And Toppo even appears, summoned from wherever he's been hiding. And he's mad because he's a Sentai character. And posing is equivalent to justice. Holy shit, this is dumb. But it's funny? All they need now is not... Oh, come on, they're playing the transformation again? It took enough time the first time around, and now they're playing the exact same sequence over and over again until completion. They took something that was funny and making fun of filler in anime, and just made it filler. That's laziness on a whole nother level. Once we're past this part, however, it actually gets good again. We get our 3 Mahou Shoujo on the docket, a fat chick, a furry, and a weeaboo. Alright then. But before we get into the major fight, we get a classic Mahou Shoujo love-filled special attack that does absolutely nothing by filling the arena with perfume, and really just annoys everyone that's either married or asexual. It's just absolutely silly, and it only affects like no-name jobbers that really no one cares about. But thanks to a key blast from Jiren, we can finally get on to the main event. First round, Goku vs. Weeb, Vegeta vs. Fat Chick, and Android 17 versus the Furry. Now, the first 2 fights really aren't much of anything. The Weeb's fighting style kinda reminds me of a shittier version of Yamcha, like Wolf Fang Fist combined with the Spirit Ball. It catches Goku by surprise before it cuts to Vegeta, but she honestly doesn't strike me as someone that Goku's gonna have any real trouble with unless he jobs. Vegeta versus the Fat Chick is more of the same, showing off some of her powers, but once again, it's nothing that Vegeta can't annihilate in one hit. The only reason he doesn't is that the thought of sullying his Saiyan gloves with blood that is 90% cholesterol per volume makes him sick, so he retreats. This leads us to the only fight that gets a payoff, 17 versus the Furry, who's basically a recolor of that cute cat girl from Universe 9. So here's a little spoiler. The fight is a farce, and 17 was just jobbing for about half of it. All the furries hype about her unparalleled stamina and how she's wild and feral and all these other buzzwords. In my head, the entire time, I was just saying, okay, well, 17 has infinite stamina, wrestles rhinos to the ground on a daily basis, and is completely no-selling everything you're throwing at him. When can we get to the next fight? Don't get me wrong, this episode was great from a spectacle perspective, but holy damn, this fight could have been over in 2 minutes. 17 lets Furriella get some hits in, though they mostly amount to just damaging his clothes before letting her go in for an assumed coup de grace, and ringing her out. Spin to win, baby! Of course, this is where she makes the worst mistake of her life, and we get to see Bird Girl Vickle come to her rescue, and a whole lot more implied lesbianism. Why is that such a running theme in this arc? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We've got Kale and Caulifla with their implied lesbianism / senpai relationship, and now this. Are they just making fun of Sailor Uranus and Neptune here, or what? Thankfully, Android 17 finally gets serious and stops treating her like a fluffy animal from back on his island, and destroys Vickle in one combo. Just absolutely savage, and he's back to wearing that death look that he had back in the Android saga. Finally seeing an android go all out had me bouncing in my seat, no-selling every single attack Lady Fluffington made, tossing her around like a ragdoll, and even standing on the artificial sun to disguise a high-powered ki blast she was too fast to get hit by. I stand by what I said before. Androids are OP, and Cell saved the world by absorbing them. And then we get the time remaining. 39 minutes. We've only been fighting for 9 freaking minutes. Okay, so maybe bringing Frieza back wasn't the best thing for the series chronology. Once all is said and done, I'll admit that I liked this episode far more than I thought I would after the filler-tastic opening. The humor of seeing shonen heroes versus magical girls was fun in itself, and the setup of seeing Android 17 fight the fat chick at the end makes me hope for more android-based ass-kicking in the future. Though Goku should really just punch a hole clear through that Yamcha girl. I don't know, I feel like the androids kind of were the only fighters really needed for this tournament, because they're kind of winning every single fight handily, and they seem to not even be breaking a sweat, if they can even break a sweat. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you think's gonna happen in the next few battles of the tournament, who you think's gonna go out, and we'll see what's gonna happen. From the teaser image at the end, it looked like Gohan was gonna be having some problems, and I'm wondering if he's actually gonna win his fight. Because Gohan's gotten a lot better, but he's still got a very long history of jobbing. Let me know down in the comments, and let's get some discussions going. Once again, everybody, I am Nozavix, and I will see you in the next video, but most importantly, I will see you a roundaru.